Hello everyone! Today we're going to be covering the Rising event in Final Fantasy XIV. This year is the 6th anniversary of A Realm Reborn. So, yeah. I'm not entirely sure what we're going to be doing today, but we are starting in Costa del Sol. So let's do it! So we're roughly where the Moonfire Fair event happened, and I'm doing this like a week late because I was going to do it on the day, but yeah. So by the time you see this, there's going to be like maybe a week left of this event. Message in a bottle. Pobiano would seek your aid in a matter of grave import. You may get brave new Ishtola minion and some bits. This event's usually a mixed bag, so we will see if it's interesting or not this year. But if it isn't the Shining Star, who set so many hearts aflame with her high-flying feats at the Moonfire Fair, thanks in no small part to your contributions, we're able to close the curtain on this year's festivities in style. Though the revelry and rejoicing may have ended, needless to say, there's still plenty of work left to be done. Speaking of which, would you be averse to lending a fatigued festival attendant a helping hand? While we were favoured with spectacular crowds again this year, I fear that comes with an unfortunate after effect. My brain did not want to put these words together. Which is to say, this beautiful beach remains cluttered with an unsightly amount of rubbish and refuse. Refuse? Yeah. Much more so than I could ever hope to cover up on my own. So basically we're gonna do rubbish duty and collect all the rubbish, I guess. While I realise this is a rather trivial task to impose upon an adventurer of your stature, would you be so kind as to help me tidy up a bit? It really would mean everything to me. Sure. Should you find any discarded items, simply return them here to me. I will sort through them and see that they are disposed of in a proper fashion. And there goes a fat chocobo. Okay. So we'll run over. I see. So just pick up this stuff and take it back. It looks so weird without all of the Moonfire Fair stuff. Okay, that was easy. If that's all there is to it, and it's going to be really short, then yeah, that's not much of a new event, but we'll see how it progresses. Welcome back. I can already see that the beach is looking cleaner for your efforts. I'd be happy to take any of the discarded items you picked up off your hands. Yes. That was not good English. Here you go, take these bits. Oh, cutscene. Friend, we truly appreciate your efforts. After all, it just wouldn't do to launch celebratory fireworks over a beach littered with jetsam and junk. Well now, what have we here? This appears to be an ordinary bottle, but is this a letter inside? How curious. Why, I do believe I'll take a closer look. Near till land, heaven's spew crimson, seep black dooms, stray seeds valiant. It's no use, the ink is smudged in so many places, deciphering a letter in full is all but impossible. Well, that was something about the calamity by the looks of it. That said, all this talk of heaven spewing crimson and seeping black dooms, it isn't very pleasant, is it? No, it wasn't pleasant at the time. Wait, I just had a thought, what if this is a message, a warning of sorts, intended to help us forestall an impending calamity? No, it's just about it. Perhaps I'm overthinking this, but better safe than sorry, wouldn't you say? Why, I have half a mind to take off immediately to investigate further myself. Sadly, I still have another half of the beach here to clean. Please, might you be so kind as to look into the letter on my behalf? My friend Bran in Minster, his veteran reporter to for the Venerable Harbour Herald, just happens to be an expert on cryptic poems and prophecies. I'm sure he'd be able to tell you something about it. I'm terribly sorry to burden you with yet another menial task like this, but the fate of the realm may very well be at stake. And wherever this leads, I promise to compensate you properly for your labours. Safe travels, friend. Yep, I'll do it. So we are off to Limsa. Okay, so we found Bran at the After Castle, and I decided I was going to read everything out, as is clear by now, just to see how it goes, because they usually suck really badly at it. So anyway, here we go. Well, slap me silly with a harp herring if it isn't the adventurer who tossed a few breadcrumbs to this Gaz when he was just a little bird learning to take wing. Tell me, what brings you? I don't remember you, I've already forgotten you, I'm sorry. What brings you back to Bran's hunting grounds? This thing. Pupiano, you said her name wrong. Pupiano's wondering about this letter, you say. Well, you couldn't have come to a better place. Hand it over, my good woman. Let Bran see what he can't clean for you. Okay. Oh, huh? Did we? Okay. Did Bran know it, or did Bran know it? There's no mistaking these chocobo scratches. I guess that's the thing about chickens or something. When people would have really bad handwriting, right? Something like that. This is the crewmanship of none other than the roving minstrel of no small repute. As for the content of the letter, why, it's none other than a particularly portentous passage. My brain. Portentous passage from the 7th verse of the Divine Chronicles, as writ by Messiah Thousand Eyes so many years ago. If you care to hear it, old Bran would be happy to perform a dramatic reading of the full words. Oh dear, please don't be too long, because I can't talk at length. Near till land consumes sun, can see bare moons. Heavens spew crimson flame, hell's see black dooms. Stray seeds quicken in ashes grey embrace, valiant blades forged under the 12's good grace. Yeah. Pretty ominous to say the least, no? But I wouldn't be worrying overmuch. Scholars posit that this was a prophecy foretelling the 7th rumble calamity, which, as we all know, has come and long since gone, and thank the 12 for that. As for why our minstreling friends saw fit to scribble this down, bottle it and toss it into the sea, well, why don't we saunter over to Uldar and ask the good man himself? After all of it being the rising animal, it's as good an occasion as any to reflect upon the birth of our realm. Okay, so now we're going to go to Uldar to meet someone. Whether it's the normal minstrel, I don't know. So here we are in Uldar, and it is the wandering minstrel as usual, which doesn't surprise me. Well met, my friends. Might I interest you in a song? Sure, go ahead. Sing whatever you like. Oh, an interview with Harold. Wow, I swapped them round. With the Harbour Herald, you say. You do this humble minstrel a great honour. I'd be happy to oblige, but be forewarned, there may be matters which I am not at liberty to divulge. Just like me. But of course, anything and everything you'd be willing to tell me and my colleague here. Colleague? I'm not a colleague, sir. Bran would be nothing but appreciative. I can't do it in their speak, because I have to finish words properly. Well, my friends, I must say this brings me back a ways. I did indeed describe this letter many, many years ago, before the calamity described therein came to pass. With disaster looming nigh, I sojourned in a small farming... Is it sojourned? Yeah. In a small farming village just a stone's throw from Blushore, near what is now Costa del Sol, though none called it by that name in those times. But I don't know how long ago that was though, so... I spent night and day penning countless letters identical to this one. I placed each one in a bottle and cast them into the sea in hopes of warning Eorzeans far and wide about the realm's impending doom. That seems kind of stupid, but okay. Many of my adventurer acquaintances assisted me in the task. To think that one of those letters would find its way to you after so many years. Yes, fate works in mysterious ways. And cutscene. Which I also have to speak through. Why yes, I do believe that my muse stirs within me. If you might indulge me for a moment. Am I going to get whisked off to somewhere? That usually happens when he starts doing music. And away I go. Yep, there we go. Oh, who's this? It's me! That's weird! And it's also me, and it's also me. Nope, don't like it. And it's me, and it's me, and it's me. I like how the archer was the first one that came up, because that's what I started as, so maybe that's why it did. Greetings, Warrior of Light, you needn't be alarmed. She says, I, Yoshi P. Probably. This is a world that exists outside your reality. Could it be a dream, a flight of fancy conjured by your weary mind? Perhaps, or perhaps not. It's a pleasure to welcome you here again, old friend, or shall I call you the Warrior of Darkness? I didn't get that far yet. I should have warned people, spoilers potentially, but... In any event, it's been quite the adventure we've shared, you and I. Yep, it has been. Oh, how the years have flown by since I crossed the rift to this world. I trust that your adventures here yet stir your heart and nourish your soul. Yes, recently I've been very into the game again, so... We are still here, just as ever, scribbling the events that will go down in the history of this vast realm, a job, of course, that we could not do were it not for your extraordinary exploits. One might even say that just as you have embarked on your adventures, we have also been on adventures of our own. That is true. Each adventure brings meetings and partings and countless trials that must be overcome. The task is never an easy one, but at journey's end we emerge stronger, more enlightened, and close to the individuals we want to be. For this reason and many more, this world we share with you, is near and dear to our hearts, as nothing else could be. Goodbye, all of the bees. Oh, okay, you're not going anywhere. And so I will remain here, singing of your great deeds. Those that have come to pass and those that are yet a dream, and together we will tell a tale that will live on long after we are gone. Potentially. Yay! All the screenshots of all the me's. Now, the time has come for this vision to end. Time for your eyes to open from this waking dream. In truth, there are others who have messages they wish to share with you, but do not worry, we shall find a way. Oh, interesting. Ever will we be watching over you. Guide the realm unto peace and happiness, hero of Eorzea. Till next we meet. All the me's! Bye! Bye, me's! What a song! Why, that has to be the most mellifluous, moving composition that I've ever heard. You've outdone yourself this time, my minstrelling friend. Why, I'd best get back to the Herald and put pen to parchment before I go forgetting the word. Be seeing you, friend, and tell Pupiano the greatest Gaz in Limsa sends his regards. What's a Gaz? What is it? I don't understand what a Gaz is. No, I don't know. If anyone knows what they mean, please tell me, because my brain is blank right now. It's just a random word to me. The calamity took much from us, but Ilzia rose from the rubble and ashes to stand as strong today as ever she has. Agreed. And to you, whose courage and devotion will see our realm to an even brighter tomorrow, I dedicate this song. Okay. I'm not going to sing though, because I can't. Or we're going to have another vision. Okay. O hero of rebirth traversing, heal you this scarred land. Lay bare cloistered truths and tame skies that azure guide your hand. O hero of rebirth traversing, break you the tyrant's bonds, embrace your sin and chase the light to darkness a world will dawn. And again with the fireworks. How many fireworks this year? When the calamity raised this land, the Eorzea we once knew was lost to us forever, and yet the realm as it once was lives on to this day in the hearts of those who call it home. It does. So it is that in this season of remembrance, my thoughts turn to those who are with us no more, and to the world that they left behind, for it is truly knowing and understanding our past that allows us to strive confidently toward our future. All the fireworks! I don't know if it's any different than it was the last time. It all kind of blends into one thing. So now we have to go back to Costa del Sol. Oh, hello. You look familiar. It's nice to see you again, Minfilia. Yes, that's the original Minfilia model from 1.0. Oh, there you are. I was wondering when you'd be back. Was Bran able to help you puzzle out the meaning of that ominous missive? Yep, blah 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 blah. A years-old message to warn the people of the seventh Umbral calamity, you say. Phew, and here I was worried we were facing our impending doom all over again. No. That'll happen when they decide to close down the game. And move on to like Final Fantasy 22, let's say. At any rate, I owe you something for going above and beyond the call of duty for me today. This might not be much, but please take it with my most sincere gratitude. And that will be the minion. Speaking of which, it's the strangest thing. Ever since you left, we've had more and more of those bottles come floating in with the tide. I'm pleased to say that this time the words are not ominous in the least, and judging from the penmanship, it would seem that they come from a variety of sellers. Yes, messages in bottles seem to be all the rage these days. Which would be all well and good if I weren't stuck with the task of keeping these sands shiny and spotless. Which gives me an idea. If you're curious about the contents of the letters, perhaps you'd be willing to help me pick a few of them up. Sure. I'll even throw in a token provided by the festival authorities for each bottle you bring to me. Okay. What are the tokens good for, you ask? Why, they can be exchanged for A veritable bounty of simply delightful seasonal goods with the rise in Lendo. Take my words for it, it'd be more than worth your while. At 6s and 7s. Okay, let's pick up this next one. We may as well do it at least once. Messages from distant shores. Closing token, you get 10. Piponia, whatever her name is, because I'm going to keep screwing it up now. Work is not yet done, which means that new is yours. Should you be so inclined, I will do it at least once. After all you've already done, you're still willing to lend poor Piano a helping hand? You truly are a saint. Or perhaps you're just curious to find out what all these letters say. I couldn't blame you for that, I am too. Anyhow, what with how many of them are washing these days, I don't suppose they'll be too hard to find. Bring back to me what you found and I'll open them right up. My nails are quite suited to the task, mind you, so you can read the message at your leisure. Okay, so it's back over in this direction, yes. Or maybe they just scatter them everywhere and it's just merely pointing me in this direction. It's nice to see that there are lots of people doing bits though. I have to clean up this mess before Master Gilligan introduces something because I didn't see it all. That's fun. Message in a small bottle, medium bottle and large bottle. Let's grab the large bottle. I was going to say small, but we'll take the large one. The other bottles appear to have been washed away with the tide. Oh, interesting, okay. Well, that's a very easy quest. Is that a message in the bottle I see in your hands, or are you just happy to see me? Gross! Splendid. For doing your part to clean up the beach, I'm more than happy to furnish you with this spiffy, shiny, absolutely official rising token. You'll want to hold on to it and acquire even more, if you can, so that you can exchange them for any of the wide array of exclusive festival goods and accessories available from our vendor. Okay. Thank you. In the meantime, why don't you take the letter and find a quiet spot around here to read it? I imagine that gazing upon the fireworks over the sea would do an excellent job of setting the scene. Whoever wrote this, and wherever they are, no doubt they want nothing more than for their words to reach an adventurer like you. Oh, cutscene. Oh, this is nice. Why is there a Louisoire minion? Fledgling adventurer, I pray this message finds me well. Though your journey has just begun, I sense you will make a name for yourself. We must all start somewhere, as I once did, and though not every avenue will lead to fame and glory, I have faith in you. Wherever your travels may lead, always remember this, you are not alone. When you stumble, there are those who would catch you. When you lose your way, there are those who would guide you back to your path. Perhaps someday you will be the one taking the lead, showing others how it's done. Until then, keep fighting the good fight and may good fortune befall you. Yours, a fellow adventurer. Okay, but like, why is there a Louisoire minion? That's the thing I want to know! Yay, fireworks. Okay, so it's repeatable, I can do it as many times as I like. Let's just check the vendor and see what they've got. Welcome, we've assembled a veritable host of exclusive seasonal goods for any and all adventurers who are willing to lend us a hand in cleaning up the beach. Should you have any tokens on hand, I encourage you to peruse our wares. So there's a bunch of poster things, calling them posters, they're pictures, and then we've got the fireworks and champagne type stuffs. So, I need... to do it at least 2 more times, so... Yeah, I'm going to do it one more time and just see if we get a different cutscene. Okay, let's see if we get another cutscene, or maybe we just don't get cutscenes anymore. Oh, no, okay, it looks like we're going to get a cutscene again. I'm not going to bother reading this because it says exactly the same thing as it did last time. But if I get a different cutscene, I will be reading it. So the cutscene looks the same, and I am being joined by Spoony Bard. Small bottle, letter 3. Oh, interesting. I didn't actually read the top of the last one, so I don't know what number it was, so there's lots of different letters. Okay. The other day at the FFXIV Plaza, I happened upon a minstrel cheerfully strumming a tune before an admiring crowd of adventurers and townspeople. Impromptu concerts like these have been happening more and more of late. I think this is referring to when bards got the ability to play music everywhere. And I dare say nothing fills our hearts with joy quite like seeing people of all ages, backgrounds and walks of life bonding over a love of music, or in the case of most bards in this game, slamming buttons to make a row. To all the talented composers and instrumentalists out there, we thank you for providing a soundtrack to stir our own hearts. We hope that the music of Eorzea has served to render your adventures even richer and more memorable. Ever in harmony with you, a humble instrument maker. So maybe these are messages from, like, the developers, the people that work on the game. Because, Yoshi did say, we want to get messages out or something. Okay, it's super quick, so I'm going to do one more and I'm going to get the medium bottle this time. Let's see if we end up with the same cutscenes again or we get a new one, because it looks like there's loads of them, but there is still potential to unfortunately get the same one, because that happens sometimes. So we'll see. Okay, no, this is a different one. Oh, I see, okay. So from what I understand, every different size bottle will definitely have different messages in it. And this is number 7, so there's at least 7 unique messages to each one. So I'm not going to do it for every single one because that's going to take forever. Hello friend, are you perchance enjoying the fireworks? You can be honest with me, after all, I'm just one of the humble artisans responsible for the show you saw today. So this is from one of the artists in the game, I imagine. To tell the truth, my colleagues and I are responsible for all the fireworks. Storms of pounding rain and bolts of lightning, auroras that dazzle in the sky, mystic lights and the glowing of crystals. The lights and mists that you see upon stage are all crafted by our hands. Fireworks are a fleeting thing, are they not? They dazzle the eye and move the heart, but in the next instance they return to smoke, then fade and vanish without a trace. Think just for a moment of how it must feel to put one's heart and soul and hours of blood, sweat and tears into creating something that lasts but an instant. Yeah. But please do not misunderstand. We say this not out of bitterness, but with honour and pride, for nothing gives us greater pleasure than to know that our humble efforts have, in the smallest of ways, helped your star shine all the brighter. And know that we will continue to pour all of our inspiration and imagination into illuminating your grand stage. Yours in obscurity, a humble artisan. Okay, I like these. So these are definitely just messages from people working on the game to share a little thank you and their thoughts and stuff, so that's cool. Okay, let's grab all of the things. I know for a fact that all this artwork is going to be spoilery, so I say to everyone, once I get to my house, you might want to like skip ahead a little bit. Because if you don't want to see the artwork that potentially has spoilers in it, and I'm also probably going to be spoiled a little bit because I'm not done with Stormblood yet. But if you don't want to be spoiled, like, I'll put a timestamp or something so you can skip things. How many do I have? Let's just get one of each. Why not? Because I'm not going to do it anymore, probably. And before I forget, I need to get the Stower minion set up because I forgot about it. So let's summon her and have a look. Okay, here she is. I've discovered a way you can look at different things. So I'm in the G-pose camera right now. And this is Stower, brave new Stower, and my character is doing something because it's the last thing they did, I guess. I wonder why she's not animating. Maybe they don't in the thing, in G-pose, but here she is in all her adorableness. Here we are in my apartment. All my goodies. Right, that's... Nope, that's not it. I can never remember how to do this. Housing. Indoor furnishing. Let's take a look. Yes. Let's just plonk things on the wall. Oh yeah, before I go any further, because I don't think I said it, spoilers in the pictures potentially, so skip to near the end if you don't want the spoilers. Okay, I got them all up on the wall. I don't remember the names of which ones are which, but there's a whole bunch of artworks for the Stormblood stuff, which are all pretty cool looking. I might keep some of them or one of them up, but most of them will go into storage at the end of the day. Okay, so that was the event. It was pretty interesting, but pretty easy to do. I'm glad they didn't do what they did last year, which was basically add a thing that's impossible to do because, I mean, you know, we can't sit around for as long as it makes us, or made us last year. And I didn't get to see the major thing from last year, so I'm glad there wasn't anything like that this year. Yeah, so, oh yeah, I keep meaning to do stuff like this, because I've discovered a way of making it a bit more interesting, and I can just be like, blah blah blah. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching, and if you've been with me throughout like my entire adventure in this game, then you're amazing. Because I've been doing these for so long. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Hopefully the video is somewhat entertaining, and if it's not, sorry. And I will see you again very soon, hopefully with guests. So hopefully next time I make a video, I'll have people with me. Yeah, okay, so yes, thank you very much everyone for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye!